Guess what time it is? Guess what time it is? Mike. Guess what time it is? It's extended boomer great one intro.
I know how to use a mic. Where's the microphone?
Where's your microphone at? When I was the age of these little youngins, we didn't have these newfangled microphones.
I don't like young people. They make me fart.
Young people, they're always on my lawn. That's what I don't like. And they get on the road and they drive really fast. I'm like, damn it. Don't you understand? The speed limit says 35. That means you should drive 25 to make sure there's an extra 10 for buffer zone.
We didn't have speed limits. We had just limits. It limited us on everything. We couldn't do nothing. We just sat. That's all we did for fun. We liked it.
Well, now you must be younger than me, Sonny, because when I was your age, I couldn't just sit. I had to walk uphill in order to sit. And then when I was sitting uphill, and I had to pull myself up the hill by my bootstraps.
I don't want to hear your cry. You had uphill. You lied. You lied. I'm not younger than you. You're older. I'm old. I'm something but older than you.
No. I'm Boomer Great One. I'm older.
But you said uphill. You're a traitor. You had it easy.
Uphill.
We didn't even have uphill. It was just hill, damn you. What generation of whippersnappers are you from?
Hey, listen to me, you little whippersnapper. Both of my knees hurt. And my back
hurts. We didn't have knees in my day. You're a millennial hippie. You don't even have your driver's license.
So I can drive. I've been driving since 1837.
Your penis cut off surgery all popular with the kids.
The first Henry Ford automobile ever.
My butt hurts with this chair. I want a new chair. The young kids, they should pay for it now, don't you think?
Yeah, if they'd stop buying avocado toast and Starbucks coffee, they could afford. Hey, why do they buy all that stuff for?
We just had bread. We didn't have no toast. These weakling kids get their fire applicator to the toaster. Who had toast?
Right.
Who didn't have time for it? We're walking uphill all the time.
And Starbucks, we didn't even have water. All we had was the coffee beans. We had to put the beans in
We just had bucks. There's no star. Who did this buck? This creepy old man grabbed us where we shouldn't have been grabbed, but we liked it, damn it.
That's right.
We liked it.
And I just imagined he was pulling me up by my bootstraps. I enjoyed every moment of it.
Dang whippersnappers.
Now these whippersnappers.
Don't get me started about them.
Hello. It was philosophy time at the gym because he's just sitting there. And I've had one of the common problems. If you guys can imagine this, one of the problems of dating modern women in my youth, which maybe a couple decades ago, but still modern in that sense, is they never understood why I worked so much. Because daddy was paying for shit. Why can't you go out? And there was one time I saw a gal once a week. I guess it was my girlfriend. And she was crying one time when he called, and this was even before cell phones. And I'm like, why are you working? I'm like, I'm working. I'm not running off. There's no other woman. I'm working. And ever since then, I went from 0 to furious. No shit. Okay. There's typical angry Cappy on the internet where I get agitated. You don't want to see furious, yelling and screaming Cappy. Because you got in between me and surviving, right? And that's what it was. A lot of going, you work so much. There's a couple times I unhinged and just, I won't turn them into crumpled balls of crying goo. And if you ever get in between me and my work again, if you ever piss me and just, your dad I never said that, but where's your dad? Why does he cut me a check? Why don't you cut me a check? And even to this day, the GF knows not to. But if I get a slight hint that someone is in my way between me and getting my work done, I don't think there's anything that gets me more pissed off. And what dawned on me is this idea of support your man. And people are like, oh, your girlfriend really supports you. That's nice. I'm like, yeah, she does. And I need to think of it, but it's an idiom, a moniker, what's the word where the words put together don't mean what they literally say? And it dawned on me that support your man, like think about the word support. That means we're getting the coma money, right? That means we're the ones eating bonbons and you bail us out of our student loan debt and you fix our cars. Like that's support, right? We're dependent upon you. You're giving me money so I can open up my Trinkle and Bobble shop. Right? You're doing laborious things for me. I am dependent upon you. And it dawned on me when guys say, I want a woman to support me, they're not once, when that was uttered out of the mouths of men, not once did that ever mean, I want you to give me money. You know what it means? It means just shut the fuck up and get out of my way. I was like, well, how did it get to that point where, think about it, where supporting your man, ladies? Tom Likas would always say, what was it? Sex, full butt belly, and then shut up. And it was a little bit harsh and all that. But then you get a little bit older. You're like, why is it when they're quiet? It brings peace and calm in that. But why does that translate into support? It's because usually I'm left to conclude it's so rare because you're always nagging or critiquing or getting in the way. Where the guy, whatever it is, he's got to go to work and then you got to fix the car, normal guy stuff. Got to raise the kids, discipline the kids. I'm even saying go way back in the olden days. I can only imagine the stereotype, the origins of a nag is the guy would come home busting his ass off, coming back from war sometimes. And there's the one, ow, Peggy Bundy. The dishwasher did to me. So that all it ended up becoming is that if you were just quiet and didn't bother a man, that was support. If you're not actively impeding and getting in his way, that's support. We're not getting airlift shipments from our wives or our women. Like, here's some food, here's some ammo, here's money, guns, and lawyers. Wasn't that the thing? Here's some money, guns, and lawyers. Support means just get the fuck out of our way. Shut up, be quiet, and get the hell out of our way. And I thought that was fine. This is not groundbreaking epiphanies or observations. I'm not rivaling Aristotle or Euripides or some other guy with a Greek name. I just noticed that it just dawned on me now, half a century old. You know what it means to support your man? It means you do nothing. It doesn't. Ladies, here, you want to be better than your competition? It's not going to cost you a penny. It's going to save you time. You just get out of his way and you be quiet. Any complaint you got, basically it means don't complain, right? And some might say, oh, you support your man. Like, oh, honey, I made you breakfast, or, oh, here's your drink. That's support. That's kindness. Yeah. And so maybe the guy is ill. You kind of nurse him back to health. But according to the feminists, don't you ever dare do anything for the express benefit or pleasure of a man. What? Get in the way and annoy him? Slow him down so he makes less money and there's less repairs to get done? To motivate him with the constant nagging and questioning? Girls, you got to lay up, all right? You got to lay up with, you could get any guy you want. Well, maybe not, because it's so warped now. The one guy that you do want is going to jail because he murdered a health executive. But aside from Luigi, all right, you could get most guys you want. It's very, stay in shape, have sex, dress like a female, no tattoos. And it's not, be nice is like extra credit. That's like A++. All you got to do is stand out of his way. That's it. That's support. That's support. Is not doing anything. So it's just a funny little observation I had there. That's all. One super chat here. Doc Paradox, $5. Objective spot check. Number of times Cap has complained about his supportive girlfriend, still 0. Source remains credible as well as short. Yes. Yes. Well, I mean, yeah, everyone has their complaint. I mean, how petty do you want to go? I mean, there'd be some things I'd nitpick. But and I'll tell you this, that's gonna come. Lord knows where the genetic origins of nagging came, but it's there, and it's every woman, it's in their genetics. I mean, there's also mothering. You're going to write, Chad runs into this. Every guy runs. If Atham ran into it, are you hungry? No. Why aren't you hungry? I would see red like a bull. That would fuck. And yeah, okay, they want to mother you and all that, but man, then they start treating you like a child, and that's real. You need a kid? Go to the adoption agency. Get all the kids in the world. I'm not going to be here. And it's that gray area between they care about you and then they want you to do what they want you to do. And that's every woman. It doesn't matter how nice. And that's where, Vince over at Masculine Geek, you nip it in the bud early. Like, here's the deal. You will never tell me what to do. Never. You don't have to support. I don't think there's support. Get out of the way. Shut the fuck up and get out of my way. I understand some women's perspectives, though. If you end up going out with a degenerate man, right? The guy you chose poorly because he had 6-pack abs and he murdered people and he was the drug dealer. And like, surprise, the drug dealing fun guy doesn't get off his ass and have any real career aspirations and all. Well, that's your fault for choosing Mr. I'm not saying you shouldn't choose the fun guy, but not choosing the fun and responsible guy. I can see, like, if you're this fat, you're a Democrat, you're not working, you're doing pot and you're playing your guitar and singing songs and collecting craft beer cans. Yeah, I could see you girls doing that. But ladies, generally, if your old man, your significant other has got his finances together. I know this is boring. I know economics. I'm not Luigi, ladies. I'm sorry. I'm just an average looking ballroom dancing, mountain climbing, hiking, motorcycle riding economist. If the guy has no debt, I know that's so boring. He's got his shit together, and you know what? You probably don't have your shit together like he does, so shut up. Yeah, it would really help. Look at some objective things like credit score, right? How much debt does the guy have? Does he have a house? Is his cars working? And then, you look at your stuff. Oh, you got a lesser credit score? You don't have a house, or you don't have as much equity or whatever, or you still have credit card debt or something. You know what that means? That means he's better at life than you. And maybe, just maybe, you should shut the fuck up. It's like Robert De Niro. We should all watch Midnight Run. And ladies, you should take Robert De Niro's advice in Midnight Run. Is that, will you shut the fuck up? Which he says like a million freaking times. Real, and guys, just point, is your man in better shape than you? That's my favorite. I've known. This is why you don't get married, guys. This is why you don't get married. Do you know how many wives of men I know? Old and young, doesn't matter. They give their husband, spouse health advice, and you look at the lady like, you're fat, and you got high blood pressure, and you're on diabetes, and you can't walk. I know someone needs a wheelchair to get to the airport. Does it shut the bitch up about health advice? Ladies, it's a layup. It's a freaking layup. You just got to be pretty, have sex. You don't even have to be nice. You just get the hell out of his way and let him do his thing. If he's on drugs or an alcoholic and not raising yes, then you have a right. In the meantime, it would be good to take a critical analysis of the man you're with at that moment in time and say, all right, objectively, if you know the meaning of the word, should I be giving this person advice? Or this is, ladies, you want extra credit? You wanna get your man, ask, and what I'm about to complain about and interrupt this busy man's life with, is this worth him even spending a millionth of a calorie of energy worrying about? Like, what kind of dishes would you like? No one gives a fuck. Oh, don't put the cup there. Fuck you. And men, let me explain something to you. This is early on. Vince and I should write a book. Early maintenance in your woman, because we're not getting wives. The GF once, this was ages ago, I'm doing my laundry. She's like, you can't do that. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been doing it all. You can't. Lord knows what it was. The wrong temperature. You have to do it this way. I'm like, cool. You're doing the laundry from here on out. And guess who's been doing the laundry from like 15 years, maybe? I don't do laundry anymore. Once they want to tell you how, it's all yours. That's the solution to the chore arguments that are, ladies, petty and if you don't understand the concept of support, meaning getting out of his way, a really good rule, you could just follow it blindly, is don't bother him with chores. Go do them yourself, right? Just do them yourself. Don't bother with it, right? But other things like, should we move? That's a conversation for two people to have. Oh, we need a new car. What kind of car should we get? Yes, very important. I would even go so far, obviously, because I had my new one. What kind of artwork do we want here? I don't know. That would go okay with the couch. These aren't. Yeah, they're so. It's been so long since I've had such stupid shit. I don't. What? God, I'm trying to think of something with the car. Oh, to come into your car to put some woman I did put a freshener in my car. Smell like, I'm like, get this shit out. It smells. No, get the fuck out. Why am I bothered with this? Why am I even wasting my time arguing with what is an adult child about a freshener, right? Ladies, if you're an engineer, a doctor, you got your shit together, you're an adult human being. The second I have to argue with you in my own car about a freshener I never asked for, and you're going to say, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you liked that. I'll take that away. Yeah, the fuck out of here. It's a layup. Again, all you got to do is nothing. You just got to bite. I don't care how much it drives your genetics crazy, ladies. Bite your tongue and shut up. Now, if there's a train coming down the tracks and your husband's about to drive across it, yes, then please do. Oh, there's a spot. Oh, look at you. Then you give her the keys to the car. You kid. I'll say you drive. And really, if they critique, guys, that's a great one. Like, they critique anything. All right, here, you drive. Did that with a girl long ago, too. I'm like, okay, you're driving. Well, I did. No, you're driving. Okay. I'm not dealing. Just all you have to do is be quiet. Or if you're going to say something, there's options. You can say things that are interesting. Like, I read this article the other day. It was talking about cryptocurrency or something interesting. Oh, that is interesting. Oh my God, be flirtatious. Oh, hey, do you want a blowjob while you're driving? There's your criticism while the man is driving. Okay. You're parked. I don't like this car. It doesn't allow me to lean over and give you a blowjob. That is a good conversation to have in the car. Do you have to? I got the app. You have to shut the fuck up. Be quiet. And then you don't even get the other. Like, pull the car over, take out the keys. There you go. Get to now. You're driving. And then they won't. That one never talked again about my driving again. But yeah, that's it's not that she's cutting a check. Every once in a while you do hear the story. That is true support where, the guy supports the gal so she could go become in a medical school, and then they switch it where she supports him so he could go become a dentist. You hear that every once in a while. And sometimes you girls pay for the guy's rent because he got 6-pack abs and he's a drug dealer. He's lots of fun. Okay, that's support. But generally, in the common parlance of the word support your man, it just means shut up. That's it. All you have to do. It's like a 5-page book for how to make your man happy with crayon text. Be thin, be nice, have no other man's kids, be quiet, talk dirty and fun flirtatious stuff with philosophy. Boom! 5-page book. Magnum opus, $5. I asked an ex, is it too much to ask for you to be nice? Response, yes. Yeah, no, it's well, let me, Magnum, you think we're all being harsh. We're not. I remember there was one gal I was dating several guys at the same time. And this gal, I told her I didn't want to date her anymore. And she literally says, you just like that other girl because she cooks for you and treats you nice. And I don't even think she realized when the words came out of her mouth what she was saying. So I should like a woman who doesn't cook for me and treats me horrible? Like, there is a weird mentally ill, guys, it is not you. It is not you. There is a weird, macabre, vile, vicious, mean undertone, even maybe genetic. I think it's more social conditioning that gals are pissed off that you want to be treated nice. Oh, maybe that's not all gals, but yes, that is there in some, if not many women. Vlad Elkham's Cuddle Wookums was the same way. Can you be nice? No. I mean, look, I was just having a conversation with a hiking buddy of mine. He's a younger man. And he was telling me, he's like, yeah, you're right. They know what to do. They know what to do. They know what makes, in the context of, they know what makes a man happy. I think we were also talking, like, this girl came up to me, this story where this girl is also treating me real nice. I'm like, what's wrong? But it ended up being a practical joke. Some people at a bar were playing on me. And it was evidence that girls know what men want. They just choose not to deliver it. Or they don't want to, right? They don't find you attractive. And that's fine. That's their choice. If they're not attracted to you, they're not attracted to you. But it's not a mystery to women what men want. It isn't. But goddamn, either through genetics or conditioning, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're here now. It is just, can you just, and guys, for practical points of purposes, you just don't tolerate that. Your life is too short. I don't care how pretty her boobs are and all that. Would you tolerate any kind of behavior like that from your friends or a little child? Like, if my buddy kept saying, go here, go there. I didn't like it. I put this freshener. Get the fuck out. Like, dude, we ain't friends no more. Get the fuck out. It's a very, once you start seeing it, you're like, this is very simple. I'm an adult. I have my house. Everything's fine. I have to work. That's me. And I think that'll probably run into you guys the most. You're not spending enough time with her. All right, bitch. Go talk to daddy. Have him pay off my student loans. No. He paid your way through college and your sorority dues and all that. You want my time? Have your dad pay for my time. Because I don't have the time. I got to go work. I got to deal with the real world. I'm not a privileged little pretty princess who mommy and daddy and then guys who want to fuck them are going to bail them out all the time. I can't go to OnlyFans and just drop a couple, not even nudes, just PG-13 shit and go rack up a couple $1,000. I don't have that option. And this is the PhD course on how to get a man. Ladies, if you can sympathize with the man in this situation and understand that, you're going to find the doctor who's like, yeah, you know what? I bet you medical students, they're sitting there and they're, medical school is very, very, very hard. And the guys are like, yeah, there was this one guy. Yeah, I was dating her and she was just supportive and sweet and kind and would bring me food. When I was like, whatever, studying, doing exams. I can't imagine what that would be like then to be the remaining 8 doctor or medical students who are the women. Are you busy? Are you busy? Yes, he's in medical school. Christ. Like how many out of 10 med students, dudes, how many other women, if they're dating, are like supportive? Or yeah, by supportive, I mean just out of the way. Versus, you don't see him enough, but you're working so hard. And then it's the other extreme. He's a lazy deadbeat bum. Which do you want, ladies? Which do you want the guy who works? Huh? Who works? You can have a guy who works too much or not at all. You can have not necessarily conservative, Republican, libertarian type, but you have a real man or you can have a Democrat. Which one do you want? If you got to choose, I know you all think it's a dial, like there's a spectrum. Well, I'd like him to work 73%. But if you got to choose, which one do you want? Do you want the workaholic or your professional Democrat little bitch? Which one do you want? And this can all be yours for the low, low price of shutting the fuck up. Fintology, 5-year-olds, recommended YouTube channel. Despot, if I tune into him regularly, I'm subscribed. Movie reviews with unique Irish style. I like his annual awards. And he's long. He puts a lot of effort into his videos. But yes, I am a big fan of Despot of Ant Rim. Pringles can with veins, $5. I can either listen to her whine or get shit done. Yes, I can't do both. And since I like food, bye. I got a video coming up about the dating market or the marriage market in China. It's actually somewhat fascinating. It's worse than what I would have thought. I mean, I've heard a little bit, but Reen paid me to do a video, so I did the research today. Rizla, 5 British pounds. If women remain silent, 99% of the world's problems would be solved. I don't know if 99% of the world's problems would be solved, but you'd have tremendously happier marriages or relationships. Your marriage satisfaction would go up. It would go up. There are 2 things that ladies can do. Get thinner, right? That will improve marriages. And I'm not joking about that. That would be the number one thing. And the other thing is just stop. Why argue, right? I got a link to my book down below, Zero World Problems. There's like a sub chapter on this. It's called No Crying and No Arguing. And I've looked back. I'm old enough now I can start calling shots. I could start quarterback or Monday morning quarterback. Be like, that was bullshit. That was bullshit. That was bullshit. Nearly all my arguments with women was they had an irrational emotional problem, and I had to deal with reality, and it was trying to make the two fit the square into the circle, which doesn't work. And the answer was, there's no reason to cry, and this argument is stupid. I have to work. I can't hang out with you. There's no arguing here. That's a fact. And you should be a mature adult enough to handle it. Why is there crying? Why is she emotional? Not my problem. But it's not acceptable. And I know to show you how high of standards of living I'm going for with this book, right? It's called Zero World Problems, like first world problems, but it's better than first world problems. It's zero world problems. It's a post-materialist standard of living. I believe it is attainable, especially if you men and you find the right woman where you say, we have some ground rules in the relationships, or I have some standards. I believe it's possible to have relationships without arguing or crying. Come on. Yeah. You just tell the girl, like, there's no crying. Okay. Now, this requires you to be a mature, responsible adult as well. You can't be some deadbeat treating her like crap. That's a huge assumption. But assuming you got your shit together and you're working, you're paying your bills and paying your taxes, you're a responsible man. If then there's going to be problems, what's the problem? Well, this happened. Oh, okay. Well, let's solve that. We'll fix that. You took the air freshener out of the car. You like her because she cooks for you and treats you nice. Bye. Goodbye. Not my life. I'm going to insist on a higher standard of living. A girl comes in, like, if you're really a great question when a woman comes in, your woman, the one you're romantically involved. If she's crying, like, what are you crying about? Well, unless it's like the dog died or the kid's in the hospital or a loved one died, there's no reason to be crying. Or I mean, unless you got like physically injured and is in physical pain. Okay, I get it. But otherwise, like, yeah, okay, what are you crying about? Like, and I'd give girls like 3 strikes and you're out. You're irrational crying. Like, because it's just so great. There's nothing more annoying than nails on a chalkboard where your woman is crying, like, and then when you're young and stupid, you're like, what did I do wrong? What's going on? Like, no, you're just probably facing consequences of some choice you made in the past. I will not abide crying. Not at this age. There's no arguing. There's reasoned discussion. There's pros. I mean, I would debating, like a professional, respectful debate. Like if we have an actual disagreement, oh, that's interesting. Like there's no crying. There's no arguing. No. What? You're an adult. What is it? Oh, the car broke down. Why are you crying? I don't know. It's not. I've rarely had it that bad, but there's been some times where I'm like, it's an irrational emotional response. That's what children do. Are you a child? No. Okay, knock it off. And it's amazing how quickly the crying goes away. But I don't believe 99% of the world problem. You would improve 90% of relationships with mature adult discussion and no crying and no arguing. And the remaining, I don't want my woman to be silent either. I just, when the mouth is opened, I want to hear flirtatious, fun, sexy stuff or intelligent stuff. I don't want to hear about scheduling or little Bobby has a dental appointment, or, I mean, invariably some of that conversation is necessary. You do have to plan. But it's like, yeah, I don't care about your problems at work. I don't. Vince has an egg timer, and he has it with whatever girl he's dating comes in. She starts bitching about work. He's like, I'll set it for 2 minutes. Like, you got 2 minutes, then we're done. I am not your emotional tampon. If you want an emotional tampon, there's plenty of acoustic guitar playing Democrat men you can go hang out with. Oh, Pringles can with veins, $5. Gentlemen, the power of telling a woman to shut up and go home. It's like Thanos snapped a piece. It's just say no. and in fairness, you gotta understand, they don't, I don't think they do it on purpose. This isn't malicious, it's just naturally like it's a great conversation to have. There's no crying. We're not living together. I'm never getting married. I don't want kids, whatever it is up front. We're going to have reason and evidence discussion. And if there's a problem, you will approach it to me in a mature adult manner, but I do not tolerate crying. I will not bail you out of your student loan debts. And don't tell me how to drive. Don't put an air freshener in my car. You're not leaving anything at my place. You understand. And then like beaker and a deer in headlights. And they don't have to like it. They can leave. But yeah, I think go read the book, Zero World Problems. Right? I have it linked down below. You can find it on Amazon. Audible books coming out. It's in there. And I give the reason. And like, that is something I think every man can achieve. You're not crying unless for obvious reasons. And there's no arguing. We're having a discussion. That is like, I'd say that's like one of the primary things to have with a long-term relationship. Like you get the girl, like, you're not crying, right? You're like, whatever, 28 years old, you're an adult. So if there's a problem, talk to me reasonably about it. Well, I just feel you didn't. No, that's too bad. And then there's that gray emotional area. Like, no, I'm not. No. 3 crying, irrational, and you're out. Femboy Fantasia, $2. Super chats are like paying for lap dances. It is. Yeah, me and Chad were talking about how it's like being on a strip club thing. Like back in the day, I could do videos, we'd be done off. The videos were 15 minutes. But when people throw you money, you don't get off the stripper pole. Magnum Opus, $5. In order to get past nagging, you first have to get past being tolerant of your enabling of it. Exactly. Exactly. You simply do not tolerate it. And to enforce that, to make it easier, this is why she should have her own place and you should have your own place. Because she's going to like, it's our place. And now you are by fact compromised on ownership and leadership. Whereas if it's her plate, you got your plate. You go do what you want at your place. This is my place. See the name on the deed? That's me, not you. And now you're going to take your extra toothbrush and bring it the fuck home. Are you 43? Jesus Christ. Don't you have kids? Do you like it when your kids? Oh man, if you guys are dating the single moms and she starts crying, like, do you like it when your kids cry? No, really. Do you like that? Okay, well, I don't like it either. Knock it off. Oh. Oh. Pringles can with veins, $5. My ex would answer her phone / gab to her dumbass friends. Turn down my effing radio while I'm driving. Sex was great, but I left her at a Circle K one day. Well, I can understand if she's calling someone. Yeah, turn the radio down, right? I mean, look, I don't want to make it sound like F these bitches. You know, I just I want to point out a phenomenon, right? Support usually means just get out of my way. When you got to support them, it means like, I'll pay for career. Although I think maybe it's the same. I want you to support me like mentally, emotionally when I start my bound to be bankrupt flower shop. And then you like try to introduce sanity and math into the equation. You're not supporting my dream because they're nightmares. Just don't get married. Just there you guys go. Doc Paradox, $2. Email me if you need China marriage info feedback. I don't know. Doc, just send me like 5 bullet points about the main reasons what's going on. All right. I think I got it covered. Hey, Reen's in there. Kathleen Kennedy fired finally. And Joey Reid. I don't know if Kathleen Kennedy got fired or if she just left, but it is good that she is leaving this year. Magnum opus again for 10 generous dollars. I disagree when people compare women to children. I get no, it's not a fair comparison, and nor is it 100% complete. But by God, it only seems that women and children cry. I get it, but children have the potential to grow out of their bad habits. Women choose to embrace them. I don't know. The handful of women, like when I was in my 30s and 40s, I was just like, the girls I was starting to get really strict. Like, there's no crying. Get this out of here. Da 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 da. And they respond. So I don't know how much of it is unconscious or is it conscious. Like I believe that woman. Like you just like her because she cooks for you and treats you nice. Like that's unconscious. That's hardwired. Now, how she got to that point, it doesn't matter. But it's just like, okay, cool. I got some rules now. I got some boundaries that are going to be enforced. And you must meet them if you wish to hang out with me. Jolly Rancher Ninja Turtle, $2. Flingers at the Office Space Restaurant, Cappy. Flingers was the Office Space. I thought it was Shenanigans, wasn't it? And Reen, $2. Oh yeah, Cappy's definitely a Leo sign. I'm not. I don't even know what Leo is. All right, there you go. Zero World Problems. Go read through that book. It's linked below. I'll catch you guys later. Toodles.